Today's question is, what does covenant really mean? Well, the word covenant in the Bible is foundational to understanding God's relationship with us as humanity. At its core, a covenant is a sacred, binding agreement or promise between two parties, most importantly, between God and his people. Unlike a simple contract based on mutual benefit or negotiation, a covenant in Scripture carries profound spiritual and relational weight, often sealed by solemn vows. The Bible presents several key covenants that reveal God's unfolding plan of redemption for us as human beings. For example, in Genesis, God makes a covenant with Noah after the flood, promising never again to destroy the earth with water marked by a rainbow in the sky. This covenant was unconditional, grounded solely in God's character, his faithfulness. Later, God establishes a covenant with Abraham, promising to bless him and make his descendants a great nation. This Abrahamic covenant introduces the idea of a chosen people and a promise of blessing that extends beyond Israel to all nations. The Mosaic covenant, another one, given through Moses on Mount Sinai, adds a dimension of law and obedience, defining how Israel is to live as God's holy nation. See, in all these, God's promise is unconditional. In other words, it's a guarantee. But experiencing his blessing is dependent on our willingness to trust his way. That's the part of the covenant on our end. Finally, in the new covenant in the New Testament, prophesied in Jeremiah and fulfilled in Jesus, it brings a radical shift. It's through Jesus, his death and resurrection, that God promises to write his law on our hearts, offering forgiveness and a restored relationship with him. So in every covenant, God initiates and he's the one who remains faithful. But covenants aren't one-sided. They call for a response. God always keeps his promises, but for us to experience them, we must walk fully in obedience. Understanding covenant helps us see that God's love is a commitment, a guaranteed promise, and that our faith is our part of the ongoing story of God and his people. And that's what covenant means.